Hey guys, Respawn here. Time to look at the Shadow's Mantle set dungeon. So first up, in order to get to the portal location, we need to travel to the second level of Pandemonium Fortress in Act 5. Once there, head through the portals and make your way up to the third level of the fortress, and the portal should be on the right just as you arrive. Alright, and to be an ultimate ninja warrior and make the portal appear, you need to have 6 pieces of the Shadow Mantle set equipped, or 5 of them with the Ring of Grandeur active in your Qnice cube. Now, there will be trash mobs all along the way to the set dungeon entrance, and they are insanely annoying. To avoid that, make your life easy and change the torment level to something easier where you can just bypass the trash mobs, because the game difficulty you start the game with actually has no effect on the difficulty within the set dungeon. Once again, the set dungeon portal is a static location and will not change, and for the hardcore players out there, dying in a set dungeon will not count as a permanent death for your character. Alright, let's have a quick look at the objectives for this dungeon. The first one being that you need to chain 20 consecutive bonus damage impale hits on 20 different enemies 5 times. Imagine saying that really quickly 5 times. So if you were to do it perfectly, you would only have to tag 100 different enemies with your impale shots. Bear in mind that if you miss a shot either by misclicking or killing a target too quickly, this will mean resetting the 20 hit chain back to 0, which you really want to avoid. Secondly, for the objectives, you need to slow 45 different enemies with your Shadow Power. This objective is the easier one of the two, so try to knock it out quickly so that you can focus on chaining those impale hits. So the Shadow Demon Hunter build that I use is very different to the one that I use in this video. I've linked the base build that I typically use for greater rift pushing down below. However, for the set dungeon I've made a lot of changes. This is the skill set that I've used, and I'll go through it quickly. So, for the passive skills, I've gone with Hot Pursuit and Tactical Advantage for a bit of mobility and speed through the dungeon. I've also gone with Blood Vengeance for the extra hatred, and Cull the Weak to finish off those targets that you slow with your Shadow Power. Alright, let's have a quick look at the main abilities. So I've gone for Impale with Over-Penetration Rune. This is to allow your impales to pass through multiple enemies in a straight line. I've also gone for Preparation, which restores hatred using the Punishment Rune, and also is on a nice 20-second cooldown. And then one that I found was a bit up in the air. You can either go for your Companion, and I prefer the Bat Companion. However, in my experience, the Bat was actually killing the targets and throwing me off a bit, so I would miss my consecutive chains. So instead I went for Evasive Fire with Focus, because without a bow, you can't actually use Evasive Fire. Then we have Smokescreen with the Displacement Rune. This gives us a useful speed boost when activated, and that coupled with Vault with the Tumble Rune allows for greater clear speed throughout the dungeon. And of course you're going to need Shadow Power with Nightbane Rune, just so you can get rid of that second objective by slowing everything down. And the only item I really changed in this build for the set dungeon was the Quiver slot, getting rid of Holy Point Shot. That item is really painful in this dungeon. It allows Impale to throw 2 additional knives. Sounds great, but it just means you miss more often and reset that counter. It's better to stick with a single Impale. Highly recommend putting anything else in that Quiver slot for this particular dungeon. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe.